Once, in a village, there was a very famous and beautiful woman named Marpelai. She used to be a prostitute, but she was so attractive that rich kings would wait in line just to meet her. Marpelai had become very wealthy and powerful. People called her Nagarvatu, which means the wife of the whole town, because she was so influential. One day, while standing on her balcony, she noticed a young Buddhist monk. He didn't own much, just a begging bowl, but he had a remarkable presence and grace. Marpelai was captivated by his manners. She quickly went down to him and invited him to her home, offering him food. During their conversation, Marpelai told the monk that the rainy season was about to start, and monks usually stayed in one place for 4 months during this time. She invited him to stay at her house for the entire rainy season, which was something monks normally didn't do. The monk, named Yungbong, agreed to come, but he wanted to ask his master for permission first. Before Yungbong could reach his master, his fellow monks saw what happened and hurried to inform Buddha about the situation. They said, "A young monk has been invited by Marpelai, a woman who is known to be a prostitute, to stay at her house for 4 months. This doesn't seem right." Buddha told them to be quiet and let the young monk come to him. When the young monk, Yungbong, reached Buddha, he explained the situation. He said, "Lord, a woman has invited me to stay at her house for the 4 months of the rainy season. Every monk stays somewhere during this time. I need your permission to go there." Buddha looked at him and agreed, surprising the other monks. They couldn't believe Buddha allowed a monk to stay in a prostitute's house. Some of the monks spoke up, saying it wasn't right. They thought Yungbong was hiding the truth because he didn't mention that Marpelai was a prostitute. Buddha explained that Yungbong respected her and had not used disrespectful language. He trusted Yungbong's intentions. Buddha believed that if a monk's meditation was deep, he wouldn't be swayed by physical attraction. He asked the other monks to wait and see what will happen. After 3 days, Yungbong went to stay with Marpelai. The other monks gossiped, but Buddha told them to be silent and trust their fellow monk. He believed in Yungbong's abilities. 4 months passed, and Yungbong returned, followed by Marpelai. She touched Buddha's feet and said, "Oh Lord, I tried to seduce this young monk, but he convinced me with his awareness that true life is about knowing oneself. Now I want to give all my possessions to your monk community." Later, it was said that Marpelai became one of the women monks among Buddha's disciples. In our lives, we often have sexual thoughts, and sometimes we act on them, like through masturbation. But no matter how much we do it, the desire doesn't go away. This desire is like a vital energy in our body. Instead of wasting it, if we conserve it, we can make a lot of progress in life. But it's not about just ignoring or suppressing these desires. That can lead to problems like stress or other physical issues. The right way to handle these desires, according to yogic science, is to redirect this energy. Every person has this sexual energy inside them. Normally, it leads to sexual desires. But with meditation, this energy can be redirected upwards. When this sexual energy is redirected, it becomes a spiritual power known as ojas. Ojas is like a special energy stored in the brain. If someone has a lot of ojas, they can do really smart things. They become very intelligent and have a strong, positive vibe around them. They can even influence others just by talking. Great people like Gautam Buddha, Paramahansa Yogananda, Swami Vivekananda, and Daman Maharishi had this special energy. So, if you want to stop thinking about lust, remember this: if you meditate regularly and keep your thoughts pure, you can change your sexual energy into spiritual power. This way, you can control your desires and find success in both your spiritual and everyday life.